So here we are outside Ibrox, mumbling. We look up, this is exit 19, just along from the entrance to the Waddle Suite. And this is how we enter the ground from now on. There's me, the lovely Mr. Edgar.
I'm smiling, you just can't see it.
I can assure you it's lovely.
Thank you.
A wee peek under his satin underwear that he's wearing. And what we're waiting to do just now is it's limited to 20 journalists for Ibrox and 3 photographers. And I think these gents in front of us may be visitors from Turkey. And so what we're allowed to do is we get our temperatures taken and then we get matched up against a mailing list. Usually at this point Davey and I claim to have all sorts of sick relatives and that they would really die for an extra team sheet or a programme.
All the difference. Interesting, like they've got new signage up, I've noticed, even though obviously it's been, they've changed all the signage up on the ground for anybody who's not been up for a wee while. No matter where you go, is that like we walk around the stadium before we start, and they've changed it, so I mean it's good to go, hopefully sooner rather than later.
I suppose we should have planned this better and asked people to sign forms that they're okay to be filmed, but you know, we've never been great planners. And we're just trying to give an idea of what the measures.
Dingwall, aren't you?
That's right, mate. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Matt Dingwall.
And these are the measures that are in place to allow people into the ground. So as you can see, it's the numbers we're doing here.
Right.
Hi there. It's not excessive, but if you can imagine, how can they step this up to several thousand folk?
Can you just throw your hands for me, please?
Oh. Here we go. Quick wash. Wash is over. Thank you.
Accreditation?
Thanks very much indeed. Thank you.
Number on it, so just row G, seat 125.
This is my accreditation. As you can see, it may be me or it may be a member of the Russian mafia. But once we're in, there are signs around here. And once we get in, this is quite often used as the journalist entrance, and you would turn right and go into the press area. But as you can see, those stairs are blocked. So I shall now follow Mr. Edgar, who's looking at his accreditation, which if I can just get a close-up there.
No, because somebody will nick it, somebody will cop, I guarantee you that.
Well, I'm not sure if it's you or Jimmy Somerville, to be honest.
My looks are a long time ago, mate, you know that.
So we've turned around, we've turned left, and we're coming up here where it says media access.
We're assigned seatings, which is unusual. We haven't been so far. They haven't had an assigned seat. So this is the 8 to 9.
So obviously UEFA's tentacles are getting everywhere. So we come in one way, and when we leave, we have to leave by another. Here's the platform where Sky, Rangers TV, etc. operate.
That's the rights holders one, yeah.
Yep, those are indeed the rights holders. So when we get down here, what you'll find is some of the seats will be cordoned off, or tonight we believe we're actually going to be given individual seats. Normally you can choose your own.
You might be breaking us up for talking too much, you know the way that the teacher did in school?
Yes. Make sure there's no exchange of bodily fluids between Mr. Edgar and myself.
Over my dead, but...
Yes, well, that can be arranged. What number are we?
I'm 211.
Oh. This is mine.
I've been too long coming up, but I'll be grateful for it. Right. I've stolen the hand.
Mr. Edgar has stolen hand sanitizer, which of course you will return at the end of the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know
Mr.
why.
Bob McElroy, distinguished correspondent from the Belfast newsletter and of course the Rangers historian, available at all good stores, I believe. So this is just giving us a little Davy's conscience, total Presbyterian, has got the best of him. He's going back to return the hand sanitizer. So I hope that wee wander in has given you an idea of what we go through to get into Ibrox. I mean, it's not any great ordeal, but what I like to get the idea is, if you can imagine taking everybody's temperature, having the hand sanitisation, and then having the spacing. It's not undoable, but you can imagine if we had 10,000 or 20,000 people, then I think you would have to be having the gates open a lot earlier than we normally do. So here we are at Ibrox. People have asked me, what's it like watching these games? And it's a bit odd because you're so full of memories of how Ibrox is or should be, with the crowds and the noise, and you know, when you're watching these games you can hear the individual thud of the ball. So it is a bit odd, and obviously I'm not a professional footballer, but I would say that maybe for some of these games it's a very odd atmosphere to play football in, where there's no real response from the crowd, apart from, you know, maybe some of the stewards or some of the staff will maybe give a wee cheer. So anyway, that's us for this evening, and the game's starting shortly, and we're all looking forward to a Rangers win. So good night from me, and it's good night from Bob.